This tutorial will take you through how to save a vector-based creation in Illustrator for use in another project or to be used someplace else, and creating it as a PNG. So, for example, right now I have this monster. He's kind of funny, he's got 4 arms. I like him. And he is currently an Adobe Illustrator file. But what I want to do is I want to save him as a PNG, a Portable Networks graphic file, because if I have a PNG file, that is a file that can be sized however many times I want and will never lose quality, number one. And number two, it will allow me to create that file to always be on a transparent background. So this is really good for logos or labels or any shape or creation you make that you might want to be taking into Photoshop later or InDesign or actually even back into Illustrator to create more complicated designs. If we have them as PNGs, we can use them however we want, and all that's left really is just the shape and not this white artboard behind it, because I don't want the white canvas, I just want the monster, or I just want whatever I've created. The canvas was just what I made it on. So in order to do that, the first step is to come up here to File, and we're going to choose Export. Now in this case I'm going to choose Export As. When I choose Export As, first thing I need to do is save it as something. So I'm going to name this guy Monster1. Now your file most likely says AI right here, not PNG. And I need to choose where I'm going to save it. I always like to save mine on the desktop first and then organize it from there. But you could put this directly into your thumb drive or directly into your monsters folder if you're working from a folder, whatever it might be. But just make sure to keep your work organized. So in my case, I'm going to put it on the desktop for easy access. And then I want to come down here to Format. Now currently yours is going to say AI for an Adobe Illustrator file. And I want you to come here to choose to Format, and I want you to choose PNG, Portable Network Graphic. And then we're going to hit Export. Now, when we hit Export, don't worry about my little thing right there. When we hit Export, the next thing that's going to come up is our PNG options. Now, from our PNG options, we can choose resolution right here for either for a screen or for medium resolution or for high. Now this is going to be dependent on what we plan on doing with this Portable Networks graphic. We might plan on only using it online ever, so in that case we could choose screen. We might choose, we already know we're going to print this, we might want a high resolution. In this case, what I would like you to do is go ahead and just leave it at screen, 72 pixels per inch. And then this is very important. Down here in background color, we can either choose to put it on white or put it on black. And in our case, we actually want it to be transparent. We want it to be totally empty, except for the monster itself. We're going to go ahead and click OK. Now when I did that, it exported my piece for me right here. Monster PNG is now sitting on my desktop. Now if you notice when I open it up just in preview, the background looks like it's just gray. That's because it has no background. It's just its little tiny self. If I were to open it up in Photoshop, I grab it and drop it into Photoshop right here, if you notice, the background is totally, it's got this funky checkerboard pattern that tells me it's a transparent background. That's exactly how I want it to move to step 2 for building.